So in this lecture, we'll learn about how to work with US GDP data. So US GDP data is collected by the US Bureau of Economic Analysis, or BEA, under the US Department of Commerce. The data is reported on a quarterly basis. And what does this quarter means? So quarter 1 or Q1 is for the months January to March. So they will come out and say that between January and March, how much was the US GDP. Then quarter 2 is April till June, quarter 3 is July till September, and quarter 4 is October till December. And all the data on US GDP that's reported by the Bureau of Economic Analysis can be obtained from the website www.beea.gov. So we are going to work with this website. So you can see in this website, BEA.gov website, the first thing that you observe is gross domestic product under US economy accounts. So you're going to click on the gross domestic product, and then this new web page opens, and what we'll focus on is the interactive tables. Okay, GDP and national income and product account NIPA historical tables. So I'm going to click on this, and we start begin using data. So I'm going to click here in begin using data. So first thing that you observe, there are like 7 sections. The first section is domestic product and income. So we are more interested in this particular section right now. So you're going to click on it, and you can see list of tables. The table I'm interested in right now is table 1.1.5, which says gross domestic product within bracket A and Q. A stands for annual and Q stands for quarterly. So let's click on it, and you can see a lot of numbers have popped up. So it says that this is table 1.1.5. This is gross domestic product, is reported in billions of dollars. It's seasonally adjusted at annual rates, and last data was received or released on July 27, 2018. And you can see here there are 2 years are suggested, 2016, 17 and 18. Sorry, 3 years. And this Q1, Q2 stand for each quarter. So as of 2008 quarter 1, US GDP was $19,960.1 billion. In quarter 4 2017, US GDP was $19,754.1 billion, and so on. Under gross domestic product, this personal consumption expenditure is nothing but our consumption, which is big C. Gross private domestic investment is nothing but a big I. Net exports of goods and services is nothing but the difference between exports and imports. And finally, government consumption expenditure and gross investment is nothing but government expenditure, both at the local, state, and federal. Now, what I'm interested in, like to find out how much is the GDP in earlier years, right? We can get those numbers by clicking here, this modify. Up here, if I click modify, what it does, it gives you different options. So what I'm interested in, you can select the years. So I'm interested in finding GDP numbers from 1929. In 1929, only data is available because it shows A, that means only annual data is available. And I want last year to be 2017, and I want my data to be annual. So I'm going to refresh the tables, and bingo, what you got is GDP starting from 1929 till today on an annual basis. I can also change it, and I can find quarterly data. Now quarterly data is only available from 1947 onwards, and I want quarter, and I can refresh tables, and I got data from 1947 onwards, quarterly data. I can convert into yearly as well, so just click modify again, and I'm going to check mark this button annual, and I will refresh table, and I have US GDP on an annual basis. Now you can do a lot of other things with this data. First, you can create nice graph. So if you just click on the chart here, and once you click the chart, and I'm going to pull up this gross domestic product, and you need to slide it, click it and slide it here. So just click it and you'll get this US GDP by year. You can also get a table. Just click table, your table. You can also download this data. Just click download and it will give you the option. XLS is your option in Excel. CSV is your option in Excel, but this is little different version, and also you can download in PDF. So let's download in Excel. So just click it here and it will give you the option to save. I'm going to save it. I save the file and I'm going to save it in desktop. And once I save it, I can go to my desktop and I'm going to click on this data. And you can see you have GDP numbers available from 1947 till 2017 on an annual basis, and also you have subcomponents, which is your consumption, investment, net exports, and government expenditure. You can do other stuff with this data as well. You can access other forms of national income accounts data, but for the time being we'll just focus on the GDP data.